Hey, what's up? I'm JT, and if you watch our last video, you've survived the initial chaos. The fire is out, and you're no longer in panic mode. But you might be feeling exhausted. That voice asking, what now? You worry about the damage, and you are not sure how to get back to normal. You're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. So today, we're going to break down the 3 things you need to do after a crisis is over to rebuild trust and to set yourself for a stronger future. The adrenaline from a crisis can trick you into thinking it's time to move on, but your work has just begun. The first step is to take an honest look at what just happened. Remember that document we talked about? The one you wrote down all the facts and actions you took while you were in the middle of the crisis? Now's the time to use it. Sit down and calmly review what went wrong, what your response was, and what the results were. This isn't about pointing fingers. This is about finding the root cause of the problem. Was it a simple tech glitch, a miscommunication, or something else entirely completely different? The more you understand the problem, the better you can prevent it. And you don't have to do this alone. Your team was in the trenches with you, so they have a perspective you don't have. So grab a coffee with them, either individually or as a group, and ask them, what was the hardest part of the crisis? What they think went well, and what could have been handled a little bit better. Thank them for their hard work. The simple act of gratitude and transparency will go a long way in rebuilding morale and trust. Okay? So the greatest insight after crisis comes from the people who were in the trenches with you. Once you have your team's feedback, you need to hear from the most important people of all, your customers. If the crisis affected your customers, you need to go back and close that loop. If you promised to fix something, follow up to make sure it was fixed. Reach out to the people who are most affected in a simple, hey, I wanted to personally check in and make sure everything is good now. Can turn a frustrated customer into one of your biggest fans. And it's an easy way to show you care beyond the transaction. Now that you learn from what happened and gather the feedback, it's time to take action. The recovery process, it's all about rebuilding trust with everyone you serve. If you made a mistake, own it. A simple, genuine apology is a powerful tool. You don't need a fancy press release. You just need to be honest. Your customers and your team will respect you more for admitting you messed up than for trying to brush it under the rug. It shows you are a real person, not a faceless company. Once you've taken ownership, it's time to show them you mean it. Go above and beyond to show your customers that you value them. This could be a small refund, a discount on future services, or just a free add-on. For service business, it could be as simple as making a personal phone call to a client or offering a one-time upgrade. The goal here isn't to buy their forgiveness, it's to earn their loyalty back by providing you are a business that truly cares. So in a crisis, you don't buy back loyalty, you earn it by over-delivering. Now that you've taken care of the people, let's talk about the business itself. Okay? Don't just fix the problem and move on. Tell everyone you fix it and explain how. If your website was down, share a quick post about the system upgrade you've implemented. If you had a staffing issue, explain how you improve your training. This shows proactive leadership and instills confidence in your team and your customers that this won't happen again. With trust being restored, and everyone in the loop, you are now ready for the final stage of recovery, getting back on track. A crisis is a hit to your business, and it's important to understand the full impact. Sit down and review your numbers. Assess the financial damages from the lost sales or unexpected expenses. This is not about panic. It's about creating a clear recovery budget and adjusting your plans. Now that you know where you stand, it's time to create a new plan. The crisis was a free business lesson. It showed you exactly where your weak spots are. Use this information to create a better, more robust plan for the future. What kind of safeguards or protocols can you put in place to ensure this doesn't happen again? A crisis isn't a setback. It's a free lesson on how to build a stronger business. And finally, before you get back to the daily grind, there is one more thing you need to do. You and your team just went through something tough, and you made it. Don't let that go unnoticed. A small team lunch, a bonus, or even a genuine shout out can make all the difference. Celebrate the fact that you survived, and more importantly, that you learned from the experience. Your transformation from this video is a simple one. You move from being a crisis survivor to a leader who builds resilience. You have the tools to rebuild trust, and you learn from every challenge you face. Okay, so here's a challenge for you this week. Based on what you learned, schedule a quick debrief meeting with your team this week. Just half an hour to gather the feedback and show them you're in this together. And if you like this, don't forget to subscribe, because in the final videos of this series, we're going to talk about how to prevent a crisis from ever happening in the first place. I'll see you there.